Right, we're back. We're back fully with everyone in the right order. So we just got offered. We just got offered a job, even though half of us failed. Excellent.
So the evening passes uneventfully. Those of you who need to purchase any items and have the money to do so, any mundane items, just let me know what they are or in the chat, and just we'll subtract the appropriate money or apply it towards the funds that will be provided upon completion. With that, so Danny, yeah, just we'll go ahead and say that you can pick up at least a couple. I mean, bandages enough, plenty. So, plus there would be other members here amongst the caravan that would have it. But like I said, the evening is uneventful. I mean, there's shouts and cheers, for Ulik, as people, are constantly toasting the mighty goblin of Argosto's caravan. Through the course of the evening, Elfgarn, you still get a couple scorns from the wounded caravan guards, but neither one of them meet your direct glare as they kind of talk amongst themselves. But eventually, they both go their own way and retire for the evening. But some eating, some drinking, and soon everyone falls asleep, and then before you know it, morning has come. Argosto has called everyone around as the caravan is ready to set forth, and the long journey north has now begun. Most of your landscape around you is still forested, often so densely. Yep.
Do we get fully healed?
Yes, everyone will be fully healed. Yes, absolutely. So the forest around you is still relatively dense. You can't see more than the trees, and and ahead of you just the wobbling wagons on the road as they shake back and forth towards the trail. It goes slowly for most of the day as the upward incline begins. Your caravan winds between wooded hills and shallow canyons. At times, the wagons reach a crest where you can see in the distance the towering mountains further to the north. And I'm going to show that to you. And you can see, Prios Pass, where you're going to, between those two mountains, that is going to take you to the other side of the Titans, to the Promised Land. Today, the sun is shining clear above you. Praise the sun god Prios, as he must have heard your prayers for good weather conditions. Even Argosto seems to be a bit at ease, and he kind of looks down at Oleg, who is now sitting with him at the front of the caravan, his new best friend, so to speak, and he goes, "Goblin, the lawgiver's face smiles warmly over the pass. This bodes well for all of us."
The dance did the thing.
and so,
could I pick up some seeds on our way?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So during the morning through the afternoon, is there anything anybody wants to do before we reach the dusk part of the scene? There's going to be no interactions. It's going to be uneventful. But if there's anything that anyone wants to pick up or do during this time,
could I try and pick up some herbs and minerals to create a thingy?
Yep, absolutely. So go ahead and make your roll. Yes.
Exla, is that pronounced right?
Elixir.
A potion.
Elixir.
Just say potion. Yeah, you can just say potion, elixir.
So I need to, with a successful roll against cunning.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just rolling cunning, yes?
Yep.
And there's no minus or plus?
No, not. This is an open wooded area. You're traveling slow, so I'm not going to give you any, negative modifiers to it. It just
All right.
depends on what you find in the woods.
Okay, well,
Excellent.
I'd like to make a herbal cure, like one herbal cure.
Okay. So are you making an herbal cure? Okay, so then that's 1 dose. Fantastic.
Yes.
Okay, so be sure and mark that in your inventory.
Where do
so
I
yeah,
write that? Where do I write that?
It should be under your.
Oh, who changed my fucking page?
Did you find it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought
Very good.
I thought the character was all one. Like I thought it was the whole thing, but it wasn't.
Yeah, there's little tabs in the middle of the sheet. So, so I mean, you would disappear in and out of the caravan, as you're finding things, and if the caravan is slow going, so you would be able to, disappear into the woods and find what you need and make it back throughout the course of the day, and then proceed to make your healing elixir. Anyone else while the caravan is rolling along through the canyons and the forested areas as it goes up the mountains?
I would try to get some food, like
Mhm.
maybe hunt or something
Okay.
like that. I have what's the name? Bushcraft.
Okay. And
we'll go
bushcraft
for that.
allows you to.
Bushcraft says that the character can survive on meager resources and is used to finding food and shelter in harsh terrain. With a successful vigilance test, the character can find enough food and water to feed him or herself while being on the move in the wilderness or among
Okay.
double karst ruins. If the character is part of a small group, up to 5 individual food and water can be found for them as well. But that would take much more
Okay.
time.
So maybe
Okay,
being a
this says,
barbarian.
it says
Yeah.
the group cannot be on the move during that time, so I guess not.
Yeah. I mean, we could say. I mean, being a barbarian, we could say you don't want to eat these Ambrian delicacies or whatever. So you could definitely go out and. The caravan's going to stop at certain points of the day. It's not a consistent move. So we're essentially moving out. We're going. The next thing we're going to move to is dusk. So at a certain point, they're going to, they stop. There's some rocks in the road that boulders. So Argasto calls everyone around, and you see this as an opportunity to go see if you can track something quick to eat as they're getting the boulders out of the way.
Any modifier?
Does it say? Is there a straight roll?
It don't say nothing else. It just says modifier.
Yeah, you're making your way up the mountain. Actually, I'm not going to make you do a straight roll because you're still on the opposite side of the Titans. This area is not necessarily blighted as much as the lands you came from, but it's still going to be just a neutral roll in this situation.
Yep. No.
Okay, so
There is not barbarian food over here. I
What's
resign
barbarian
to my
food?
fate and I take some Ambrian shitty food.
Can I gather eatable seeds, apples and berries and stuff like that?
are you having a skill like bushcraft similar to that to look at it?
Alchemy or something.
Alchemy? Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'll allow that.
So I can draw it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I found some.
Perfect. So this is the purpose, just to find food. You're not looking to make any poultices or elixirs or anything else.
No, I'm just finding because I can grow them later.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If we need food. So.
Yeah. So you hear the shout, Oleg, saying, "All right, road's clear. Road is clear." And then you come, with an armful of various, fruits and seeds and whatnot. But likewise, Xerax, you hear the same shout. Unfortunately, luck is not with you as nothing has reared its head to eat. So anyone else before the caravan takes off again? Everyone good? Okay.
I offer some fruits to Xerax.
Okay. So, Xerax, the goblin has offered you some fruit. Do you take it?
Definitely.
Okay. Excellent.
I look at the fruit and I look at the Ambrian food and I look at the fruit and I throw the Ambrian food and I eat that.
Excellent. So,
I'm
I'll
gonna
thank
speak.
you for-
Mhm.
I
I'm
thank you
gonna,
for it.
I'm gonna speak to the barbarian.
okay.
I'm gonna go. So you're not from around these parts, are you? You're from the other side of the mountain, yeah?
Yeah.
What's it like?
I'm listening keenly.
I look at your character and I'm like, that depends.
Oh, what? Is there as many like lost treasures out in out on the other side as I've been told?
He looks at you and he looks a little bit, not angry, but disturbed by your question, and he's like, treasures. Well, and he sizes you up and down, and he says like, I don't know if you will get some treasure.
Oh, fair enough. I'll go over to the Templar then and go. He's not very nice, that barbarian fella. He's a bit angry.
I can sympathise.
Well, I'll go over to the huntsman. Those two over there aren't very nice.
What
I
makes you say that?
I poke him on the leg. I'm nice. You want fruit?
I didn't hear Elfgarn. What did Elfgarn say to you?
Yeah, I'll just say to Maligno. So, what makes you say that they're not nice?
It's just a bit mean-spirited.
Maybe they have a lot on their mind. The travel through the pass is, well, never easy.
Oh yeah, you're from this. You've already travelled the path, haven't you?
A couple of times, yes.
Is there as many treasures as they speak of?
One man's refuse is another man's treasure.
Ooh, okay, true, but I'm not going to be looking through people's feces to try and find a treasure.
There are tales of treasures in the forests of Davokar.
Oh well, I hope one day I find one.
I think the hope should be not the finding, but the getting out again with the treasure. Finding is easy. Returning with said treasure, not so easy. At least that's what I've been told by those who have ventured deeper into the forest. The forest, obviously the barbarians, a lot of them make their home there. And as you say, they're not the nicest of people.
Is there any goblins there? In the forest?
I assume there would be, yes.
Oh, nice.
I've never encountered any. I've not ventured far into the forest myself. I have had no good reason.
Revenue looks up at Maligno and just from across wherever you've gone to, probably not that far, I suppose. It's just like, when we make it there, try not to desecrate anything.
Especially my sheep. It would be nice from you. Of you.
And Argosto looks down and says, "Nothing is happening to your sheep, my goblin friend. I assure you of that."
Well,
And you hear a shout going, "Sun's setting. It's time to make camp." And then you hear a whistle and a hoot as the the call goes down the train of the caravan wagons, and you hear Augusto shout again. He says, yeah, not liking the looks of this area too much, so time to form a corral. So in a it takes a bit of time, but the wagons essentially circle themselves, making a central corral area with the protection of them on the outside. And he goes, I think, yeah, there's a stream over on this side if anyone needs to do any washing before dawn. But yes, this is where we'll be for the evening, and then tomorrow we set off again. And then he slaps you on the back, Oleg. Yes.
Can I grow a tree in the middle of the circle?
Sure.
It's a ritual, but
I don't see what. Let's give it a try. Let's see what it does.
Grows a seed into a full-sized plant and tree or whatever from form the plant. Yeah.
Okay.
So, do I roll something for it, or
What does it say?
No, it just says that. Quick growth. It's a ritual.
A ritual. Okay.
Yeah, no, it would just take an hour.
Yeah, it depends on the length, but yeah, it's so this would be over the course of the evening as things progress. So, and which one is it again? I'm sorry.
Just a second. Up. Quick growth.
Quick growth. Okay.
It's page.
This is the advanced.
No, it's normal one. Page 145.
Oh, got it. Quick growth. Okay.
I can make a fortress later on, but for now it's just a tree.
Right. Okay. Got it. So yeah. So you sit down in the center of the camp, I would suppose, and if you want to give a description on how your ritual begins, because this is going to take some time, while the others continue on with what they need to do as they
I
set up.
plant a little seed and water it a bit and start dancing and playing my drums around it, jumping.
So the curiosity of the rest of the caravan and the guards, they kind of gather around, but at a distance. And you, in your ritual, you can hear a couple giggles, some laughter, and and a couple of people don't sound so nice. It's kind of, they don't like what they're seeing, but no one interrupts you during this time. They're just, what is he doing? He put something in the ground and he's dancing. I don't have time for this, so they after a while they go a couple ways, and there's just a couple of the guards and any of your companions watching you do this. So
when the caravan comes to a halt for the night, I'm going to hop down from whichever caravan I'm on, call out to Augusto saying I'm going to scout the area, and then I will turn to Xerox and say, well, my barbarian friend, are you coming or not?
I take my bow and follow you.
Okay.
And just gonna, secure the immediate area as much as we can, just to see any signs of any beasts passing or any possible ambush or anything like that.
No problem. So it's going to be Elfgarn and Xerix. Just the two of you. Okay. All right. And then how about Revnia and Maligno? Anything specific as the caravan comes to a stop you would like to be doing?
I'll just follow directions and do whatever they tell me to do, because I haven't got a clue what I'm doing.
Got it. Okay.
So Revnia says to Maligno, behave yourself, and goes to just keep an eye from one side.
Okay.
Just
So
stay vigilant.
Okay, so Elfgarn, you and Xerix make your way out into the woods. I mean, and it's dense. You even though as you continue to climb towards the peaks, and it's a little bit, it starts to open up a little bit. The area that you're camping in is a dense wooded area. You can hear a couple people off in the distance, voices you recognize though almost immediately. You can kind of see through a break in the woods that pond that Argosto had mentioned, and you see a couple people and they're starting to disrobe, take their shirts off, and they're leaning over the waters, and they're washing themselves and soaping up and whatnot. But you can continue. The two of you see this, but you can continue out into the woods if you'd like. And
Are we going to 0816, or which way are we going?
Oh, as far as the map is concerned,
Yeah.
yeah, I just put that up for reference right now.
Okay.
When this concludes, this is going to go into the advanced rules discussion we'll have after the game. So
Okay.
yeah, this is going to be. But I just technically speaking, you are. If I had to get a general reference, we'll move it. You guys would probably be about there, so to speak. So
Okay.
So Elfgarn and Xerix, you make your way out into the woods, and you're just kind of just taking a reconnaissance of the area, seeing if you find anything suspicious or anything of note. Okay.
Yeah, basically two intentions for Alfgarn. Firstly is to make sure the area is safe, get a feel for the area, and secondly, get a feel for the barbarian to see what he's about, see what skills he possesses. Because he was, Alfgarn's going to be, considerate and say that he was unlucky in the combat.
I go walking around, and I, sometimes I kind of reference things like, oh, that's like a black lily, or it's poisonous, and then I go around and says, oh, look over there on the edge, that tree is like, I'm trying to recognize things. It's more like a scout with a little bit of knowledge, and yeah. So I'm commenting on, plants and woods and, the road, stuff like that.